So, good evening, good afternoon, everyone. Thank you so much, chairs, panelists. First of all, it's a great pleasure, it's an honor being here today. First time in Cairo. And the great pleasure is being here, first of all, representing Pentax Medical from a professional perspective in this important session, but also representing women. I'm a general manager taking care of marketing for Europe, Middle East, and Africa in Pentax Medical. For those you may know, Pentax Medical is a Japanese company, and for our European office, deeply rooted in Germany. And I think this is telling you already something about the fact, as I'm coming from Italy, leading an international team in a Japanese and German company as well, that I do believe in opportunities. Is also telling you about the fact that also Pentax Medical is trying to drive a journey to really promote diversity, equity, and inclusion. And today we would like to talk about diversity, equity, and inclusion. Once in a conference, I saw this very easy but very interesting explanation. Imagine you are invited to a party. What is diversity? Diversity is where everyone gets invited. What is equity? Everyone can afford to buy a ticket. Inclusion, everyone gets asked to dance. And belonging, everyone can dance like no one is watching. I found this extremely nice and really simple that can come to everyone. And I need to understand, okay, what does mean, why we should support women in endoscopy and why representation matters. The reason I think we are here and the reason why Dr. Nadel Domiati organized this wonderful conference is for several reasons. But definitely is that women are underrepresented in gastroenterology, in endoscopy, in advanced endoscopy. And at the moment, not too many data are available on this topic. There is a recent study, a recent survey done in the US, and in 2018, only the women that were able to advance fellowship program in advanced endoscopy were less than 13%. If it's like that in the US, we can imagine worldwide. And the disparity is definitely just not a matter of numbers, it's much deeper and rooted in our structural, economical, and geographical barriers. And obviously, we have to work hard as managers, as companies, to drive and lever the playing field. And the goal is definitely that everyone can dance and no one is watching. But addressing women equity is not just about we want to be fair towards women. This is an economical necessity. The data that you may see here is coming from the European Institute for Gender Equality. Imagine that in the future we can try to address and work towards the parity. This is providing the opportunity to have much more jobs, 6 million more jobs by 2050, and is also giving the opportunity to increase extensively the gross domestic profit. So today we were talking with my colleagues on the age in which we could go to pension. If we all have access to the opportunity, and we all, even women, and in general, there is the opportunity to access all the labor market, the situation can improve extensively. And I hope I will be doing at the end. Why we are here, we are here, and which is also as Pentax Medical, our history and our future. Just a few words about Pentax Medical. For those who may not know, Pentax Medical is part of a very big Japanese group called OYA. We are talking of approximately 50,000 employees worldwide. And our mother company is basically mainly focused on optical glass. There are two major businesses. One is the life care business, focused on eyeglass lenses, contact lenses, but also the medical portion, that is Pentax Medical, Wassenberg, Microline, but also the information technology. For example, components for TVs. And these are the major business. And then there is Pentax Medical. Pentax Medical has a long tradition in optical imaging, in optical and imaging in general. We celebrated recently in 2019 our 100-year anniversary, and we went through, obviously we started in Japan. We moved into, for those who may not know, in 1976, we were launching the first fiber bronchoscope, and we worked to become a very international company in the recent years. And if we look into our values, our ESG goals, so environmental, social, and governance goals, at the basis you see obviously the company to become highly sustainable. We want to work on products to develop clinically relevant and safe products, but we want to work on workplace and society. And society is fundamental. What is the role of women for Pentax Medical? We believe in fair opportunities mainly. And this is at the basis of our policies internally, so working towards our employees. The nice picture of this beautiful lady you may see is our Chief Human Resource Officer, Stephanie Rosso, that is really, she worked hard on this policy. But we believe also on championing diversity, equity, and inclusion through partnership first, and thanks to the brilliant work with societies like WEGE, and having the opportunities to work towards advocacy, mentorship, and visibility. But obviously, that's just a starting point. We started recently also some work towards innovation and product development from an ergonomic perspective, because we all know, if we look also at the equipment that you use in your daily practice, this has been created thinking at men, has been developed even thinking at the size of men, and obviously may not fit everyone. So the work that we started is also start developing and thinking at the early days equipment that may fit, let's say, a broad population, and then that can work also women that are those majorly affected by the fact that all that is developed is done mainly for men. So we are currently exploring an ergonomic handle designs, but also working on more customizable interfaces, but also on the workflow solution. But it's not only the equipment, but it's even the way the work is organized in the endoscopy lab, the operating room. And we believe it's not just a matter of comfort. Ergonomics is a matter of performance, safety, and also long-term sustainability. And I want to just share one of the recent steps done in this direction with the latest development of Inspira, the new recently launched platform. This is where we try to design for everyone to improve at the end the care for everyone. And that's just a small taste. There is no audio, I think. This is obviously just a first small step. So what we are trying to do through a concept called BBI, Dr. Effner here is very familiar with this concept, is our black box innovation. It's basically our advisory board is involving much more diverse audience and the early development starting thinking at everyone. As said, because if we develop things that are done for everyone. At the end, the goal is to improve the way we treat all patients. And there is another small example related to one of our recent launches. This is the Aqua Typhoon and Plasma Typhoon. These are just two. The first is a pre-cleaning system designed to optimize water usage. The second one, the Plasma Typhoon, is a drying system that basically is helping reducing the drying time from hours to few minutes. And the idea and the concept behind those two systems is basically trying to revolutionize, to improve extensively the way also the workflow can be organized in areas that usually are much more led by women. So that's the idea behind. We believe that improving the workflow for all users, but also reducing environmental impact, we can help at the end. And another small step down in this direction is via training and education, driving also equity to training and education. I had the opportunity to meet one of the first time Dr. Nadal Donati in a World Academy training dedicated to US in Hamburg. One of our goals is really, and we started a few years ago with the first training together with Dr. Effner for World Academy SD, and the idea is basically to expand those training more and more. We are covering much more disciplines. And we opened recently to all Europe, Middle East, and Africa, welcoming more and more participants each year. Last year we counted that just in the last couple of years we trained over 250 physicians. But obviously we cannot expect that all are traveling to Hamburg. This is definitely impossible and could not work. So we have to work bringing education where it's needed. And we recently worked together with IRCAD, is an important chain of training centers. And one of our latest dreams that became true was the opening of the flexible endoscopy section within IRCAD Rwanda. And this is just one. We had the opportunity to open different training centers. And I know my dear colleague Michael Unger has more and more ideas even to localize much more trainings where is needed, where access to education is an issue. Obviously, it's a journey. It's not, I didn't want to say that Pentax is already on the top. We do understand this is a journey. It's a journey that we have to go through together. We have to understand, and these type of sessions are giving the opportunity really to understand to which are your needs, and we have to work together, because only together we can really understand needs and work towards what you require. And the journey is long, but I hope that we shared with you that our values, responsibility, collaboration, and innovation are going towards this direction. And from a personal experience, obviously we need to work looking at different aspects, working in day-to-day, driving diversity, equity, and inclusion, starting at home, at school with our kids, at work. So thank you so much.
Thank you.